Hello, my friends. My name is Joe. Everybody say hi, Joe.
Hi, Joe.
And I would like to get to know everybody's names. That might take a while, so on the count of three, as loud as you can, say your first name. 1, 2, 3. All right. I know what you're thinking. Fingerhut, that's really my last name. And to answer your question, no, I'm not related to the magazine, but I'm really hoping for that inheritance check at some point. All right. Let's have some fun. Who's holding the pen? All right. Set it down. Do what I do here. Put your hands out like this. Everybody put your thumbs down. You're going to cross your arms, interlock your fingers. Now, it's very important your thumbs are down. And on the count of three, you're going to do what I do. You ready, everybody? 1, 2, 3. All right, now, moving right along, what we're going to talk about... Oh, wait. I see confused faces. Who's confused? Who thinks they know what I did? Yeah, anybody? Good. Who would like to know? All right, I'm going to tell you, okay? This is called the arm thing. What's it called? I'm going to tell you at the end. See, I usually reveal this in minute 50, and I only have 12 today, so you got to hire me. Okay, anyway, this is called the arm thing, and I start every presentation with this to get our minds focused right away on our mindset towards excuses and opportunities. So I'm going to ask you a question. I don't want you to shout out the answer. The question, when I said who's confused, a lot of faces nodded, a lot of hands went up, all right? So the arm thing, here's the question. Why didn't you get it? And I ask that question because no matter where I speak, no matter the age of the group, size of the group, or the location of the group, I hear the same excuses. I say, why didn't you get it? People say, I'm not good at that stuff. I say, why didn't you get it? People are like, oh, I'm not double jointed. I say, why didn't you get it? Some people are a little too honest. Teenagers. Bro, I wasn't listening. That was lame. Okay, fair point. But if the same excuses are given for something as simple as an arm thing at the beginning of a presentation, think about the bigger excuses that you have when facing bigger opportunities. Things like, oh, I'm not smart enough to do that. I can't talk to that person. I can't go to that event. I'm not cool enough. I've already tried that. We tried that last year. It didn't work. I'm not from that type of family, and I don't have those skills, I don't have that type of background. I'm not tall enough, rich enough, skinny enough, good looking enough. I am not enough. Raise your hand if you've had or heard those excuses. All right, look around, a lot of hands up. These are universal excuses. And these excuses come from that resistance voice in your head. The human brain, your brain, is wired to keep you safe, to keep you comfortable. The second you decide to try something new, to decide to try something uncomfortable, that's the voice that says, wait, play small, play it safe, and here's why. And it fills in the blanks. And all those excuses can be summed up in 2 words that will cripple your success and that will guarantee your failure. And those 2 words, Justin Bieber. I'm just kidding. I was trying to read the crowd. I wonder if I should have gone with like Vanilla Ice. But anyway, not those 2 words. The 2 words are I can't. Everybody say I can't. These 2 words start off as a thought in your mind, combined with the feelings in your heart, and come out of your mouth, and it is true, you cannot. Henry Ford said it best, whether you think you can or you think you can't, you are right. So in our short time together today, my challenge, my hope, my goal is that you erase those 2 words from your vocabulary. Not Justin Bieber, because he's not going anywhere, nor is Vanilla Ice. But I can't. When we said I can't a moment ago, it'll be the last time you say those 2 words. But here's the thing. It's tough to erase words. Science has shown that on the average day, a human has between 6,000 and 60,000 thoughts. There's some discussion between Google and the National Science Foundation, but the bottom line is 6,000 and 60,000 thoughts. 80% of them are negative. 95% of them are repetitive. So I can say all I want, don't say I can't, don't have those thoughts, but that's not going to happen. So I want to physically do something to get you in there. So everybody put your hand out like this and touch one side of your head. And we're going to say I in a moment. You're going to use your other hand and say can't. And I'm going to count to 3. We're going to say I can't. We're going to throw I can't out the door. We're all going to go whoosh. I know it's incredibly silly, but it's really fun. So 1, 2, 3, here we go. I can't whoosh. You got to be louder than that. Here we go. I can't whoosh. Isn't that fun, right? Now, in the place of those 2 words, I'm going to give you 3 words that will change everything, or at least they change everything for me. And those 3 words are a simple question: how can I? How can I? Can everybody say that? Everybody say it louder. Put your hands like this. Say, how can I? 3 claps. Here we go. How can I? See, when you approach opportunities with how can I, you're not focused on excuses, you're focused on solutions. You're not focused on problems, you're focused on answers. You're not focused on obstacles, you're focused on partnerships, resources, ways to get things done. And I know I'm preaching to the choir because all of you in here are problem solvers. That's why you're in the job and the industry that you're in. That's why you're in the position that you're in. And so that is the simplest message that I contribute. If you write down nothing today, write down those 3 words, how can I? See, it's a question. I can't is a declaration. It is a period at the end of that sentence. Your mind stops. But what's at the end of how can I? Question mark. Your mind is begging to find the answer. I learned this in the first week of high school. A very influential teacher taught us this. And that mindset, that foundation, took me through high school in St. Louis, where I was born and raised, through college in Chicago, and like Devin said in the introduction, in the 8 years after college, took me to 30 countries on 6 continents. That's right, just Joe, from a decidedly middle-class, non-jet-setting family in the Midwest, went to 6 out of 7 continents. I'm waiting for Angela to book me in Antarctica for the Association of Penguin Wrangling down there. But I'll tell you, all these travels allows me to share lessons on resilience, on overcoming adversity, on mindset, and even sales. But I'll share with you the craziest thing I ever saw in all these travels. I'm in Japan. I'm an English teacher in southern Japan. Kumamoto, which is a small city about 2 hours south of Tokyo. I know 0 Japanese. But I see something crazy, something I wouldn't have believed if you would have described to me. I see a group of people riding unicycles. But what was crazy was it wasn't just regular people, it was young people. And when I say young, I don't mean young like high school. I don't mean young like middle school. I'm talking just out of diapers young. There were 25 6-year-olds riding unicycles, and they were good. You ever see kids doing something and it's like they're breathing? They're just like rolling along. They're like, konnichiwa. Do y'all know konnichiwa? It means hola in Spanish. And have you ever seen somebody doing something and you're like, I want to do that? That was me. Only I had a lot of the I can'ts. I'm like, I'm a fully grown adult. Muscles don't really work that way. I've only done 2-wheeled unicycles, but I was advanced. I rode 3-wheeled. No. But I was like, how can I? What did I ask? Say it louder. What did I ask? How can I? Started finding answers. Started looking. So I finally got my hands on an adult-sized unicycle because 6-year-olds are a little small. And I was like, how can I? Well, I guess I got to start. So I found a railing, scooting myself along, and I began to fail miserably and often. I got scratched. I got cut. I shed blood. I sprained a muscle in my back. Had to go to the hospital because I couldn't walk. I didn't even understand what the doctors were saying. But I stuck with it, and gradually I could move myself along on the railing with 2 hands. I could do 1 arm. There was 2 fence posts 10 feet apart. I rolled to that. There's 2 fence posts 20 feet apart. Started to feel like a 6-year-old. Like, konnichiwa. That's bonjour in French. And finally, the day comes. I'm like, I'm going to do it. And I rode through the parking lot and down the street, and I could ride a unicycle. Isn't that awesome? I can ride a unicycle. Isn't that a good story? I was waiting. There's always one. Thank you, Tom. You think about a unicycle from St. Louis to Des Moines today? Of course I did. Hiding in plain sight. Now, what's really cool about this is that Dr. John, the Everest guy, is like, I'm not going to do something crazy like that. Everest versus unicycle, you get it? Okay. This is the best thing I know. If you're going to take a picture today, this is the one. Thank you. But you probably want to see me ride it, right? Okay. I need somebody strong just to come on up. Actually, one of the drum players, you look really, can you just stand up here real quick? You don't have to ride this, I promise. I promise. Just stand right here. What's your name?
Jeremy.
Jeremy, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
All you have to do is stand there and look handsome.
All right.
Doing great. Okay, face that way. Put your arm out like this. We don't have a lot of time. So usually I build this up, and I have some fun, and I get Jeremy's tie and I put it over his head, and I say, "Ooh, what do you use?" But I don't have a lot of time, so we're just gonna ride around all you all. We need to clap. Everybody, clap, clap, clap. You can clap too, Jeremy. Clap. Well, move your hand. Okay, good. Got it. All right, here we go. Keep on going, folks. Let me hear you. Here we go. Keep on clapping. Let me hear you. And let's hear it for Jeremy. Thank you. You can have a seat. This way. All right. Guess how long that took me? 2 weeks? 2 months? 2 years. Took me 2 years to learn to ride from here to here. 2 years to learn to ride like a 6-year-old. What does that have to do with you? I doubt many of you are like, "Oh, I can do that. I'm going to start right now." No. You can if you want. It takes a while. I ask you, what is your unicycle? What is the thing in your life that you know is going to be hard, but you know you want or have to get through? What is the thing with your team, with your organization, with your family that you can change your mindset from the declarative, "I can't," stop to the period, to the very important question, "How can I?" What's the question? What's the question? How can I? That's right. I invite you to change your mindset. I invite you to challenge yourself to look at opportunities starting today with "How can I?" and see where that takes you, see where those answers lead. My goal, my friends, is to make you look good at your event. I thrive as the kickoff speaker, providing energy to your event to get people excited about what you're trying to do that day or that event. I also thrive in the closer position. So I'll wrap everything up. I'll work with you to really hone the message that you're trying to emphasize. I weave it into some fun. And then we set people's hair on fire, not literally, taking them out and making your event memorable. I would love to see you all in the hallway because we're on a break. And if you want to pose with the unicycler, ask about the arm thing, or get podcast recommendations for the ride home. I'll see you later. Thanks, everybody.
Woo! Joe Fingerhut, everybody. Keep it going for Joe. All right. Okay, well, that's it. That's the first half of the morning.